Hey there, this video forms part of a video collaboration along with my friend Mickey, who is SUGARCODER. She's making some skeleton cupcakes and I'm making this skeleton made out of macaron. So stick around to the end of the video to see her creation.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone, this is basically the standard macaron recipe that I use for all of the ones that I do, except I doubled it. So that is 4 egg whites at room temperature, and you're going to beat those until they are frothy, which means there's no more liquid egg white left in the bottom of the bowl. And then you're going to gradually add 10 tablespoons of white granulated sugar to the egg whites, and you're going to continue to beat them until you get very stiff peaks. The volume will double and they'll get very glossy and very white. Now for the dry ingredients, you need 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar and 1 cup of sifted ground almonds. And then you're going to whisk those things together, and if you'd like, you can sift them together once more. Then once they're combined, you're going to place them with the egg whites, dump it in all at once into those egg whites, and then you're going to gradually fold in the dry ingredients. Now this is called the macaronage. In this stage, basically what you're doing is you're combining the dry ingredients with the egg whites, and you're also removing some of that air that you put into the egg whites. And the trick is to remove just enough air so that your macaron turn out at the end. And this is done through experience. The more you make these, the better you'll get at it. But basically, you just keep scraping the batter up to the sides of the bowl and folding it in until the mixture starts to flow like lava out of a volcano. So it flows very slowly, and when it lands back into the bowl, it will slowly reincorporate into the mixture after a couple of minutes. If you're going to try these, please read the description box below the video for some information about this particular stage in the recipe process. Now it's time to pipe that batter onto a cookie sheet covered with a silicone mat or parchment paper. What I did was I drew out the shapes of the bones that I wanted for my skeleton on a white piece of paper, and I just put them underneath the silicone mat as a guide. I put the batter in a piping bag with just the corner cut off. You could just use a regular Ziploc storage bag for that. And I drew the outline, and then I filled in the center. Now always keep in mind that you have to make 2 of everything because a macaron is a sandwich cookie. It has a top and a bottom. I also recommend that you bake your larger pieces together on one cookie sheet, just so that they cook at the same rate. So we have 2 skull pieces, I have 2 pelvis pieces, and I'm doing some ribs. This particular cookie sheet has fingers and toes, some hands and some spines. When you're done piping, take your cookie sheet and wrap it 5 or 6 times on the countertop quite sharply, and what that'll do is it'll spread them out, and it'll also remove any air bubbles that might be trapped in there. Then you're going to allow your cookie sheets just to sit, and you're going to allow that mixture to dry a bit. And you'll know it's dry enough when you touch them and none of that batter comes off on your finger. It makes like a little skin on the top. This may take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on how humid it is where you live. Then you're going to bake them at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 13 minutes. Please see the description box below for more instructions on baking. Now while you're waiting for your cookies to bake and then cool completely, you can make your filling. I'm just making a ganache. You can make whatever kind of filling you want. That is 3/4 cup of hot cream and a cup of chocolate chips, semi-sweet. Put the chocolate chips into the hot cream, allow them to sit for a couple of minutes, and then just stir them together until it's nice and smooth and glossy. And then let this cool until you get to a piping texture. So here are my skull pieces out of the oven, nicely cooled. And then I'm using a black food writer, which is an edible ink, to draw on some skull features. Like I mentioned, every cookie has 2 pieces. These are the pelvis pieces, so just pipe on some of that cooled ganache in the center, and then add the other piece of your cookie. And then that is a completed skeleton pelvis. And I made some regular bone pieces as well. Same idea, a little bit of ganache, and then top it with another cookie. Now you can use whatever filling you want for these, of course. And once you're done assembling all your macaron cookies, all you have to do is assemble your skeleton, and you can pose the arms and legs any way you want. You can put this on a serving platter or on a cookie sheet covered with maybe a decorative Halloween cloth or some Halloween style paper. As you can see for the hands, I just did like a circle with some little fingers and toes. And here is a close-up of what the little cookies look from the side. Now, if you don't want to serve these in a skeleton shape, you can just kind of pile them all into a plate and serve it just like that. Now I'm going to tell you about another very sweet young lady that I met while I was at VidCon. Her name is Mickey and she is SUGARCODER on YouTube. She has decided to make these skeleton cupcakes for our little collaboration. So if you want to see her cupcakes, go ahead and click right on the screen or see the link in the description box below. She also does some fantastic macarons, and you should see her little zombie Hello Kitty macaron on her channel. So go check her out, and while you're there, subscribe. You won't be disappointed. She does some great things. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.